Well, I took down this large popple tree. Most of the time they don't get over about this big around, at least around here. But this one was a big old one. But the top had broken off. The top is laying right here. I'm going to drag that out of here. But it was a big tree. And there's a couple other ones I want to get out of here. But, like I said, this one it broke the top off. And I thought, well, I've never made boards out of popple. So I was going to give that a try. It's a very, aromatic type of wood. Got a definite, really pleasant smell to it. It's nice when you burn it. It smells nice too. But I was thinking this would be the thing to take the place of like cedar. I think in a cedar chest kind of thing, or a wardrobe. I think this might work. To discourage moths. I don't know. I'll have to check into that. But I thought it'd be interesting to make some boards out of this. So I was glad to see. It's a nice big tree, but it's got a rot in the core, and then there's a crack off to the one side here. So I can get boards out of it, but it's going to take some, tricky maneuvering with the saw. But she's long. She's got to be 30 feet long. Of course, probably worse right up on that end where it broke off. But I thought it'd be interesting to try. But no, I'm going to get the tractor down here. It's going to come out that way. And that could be tricky. But I want to take there's some little ironwoods I want to get out of here. Because I kind of want to open a trail up down here. There's some other stuff I want to take out of here, including a few big oaks. So I need to have a trail anyway. And them ironwoods, I always wanted to make a fence with ironwood. So I can use them for that. But the reason I'm making a video, now I noticed there's been some squawking, well, it's been there for a while now on YouTube about they're demonetizing videos and that sort of thing. YouTube is just up to the usual shenanigans. I really don't give a crap one way or the other. I'm not doing it for the money. It's nice to get a little bit back, but I don't, really care. It's not if I had ambition, I'd look back. I said this one time years ago that the whole thing is based on a pretty shaky premise. People don't really watch those ads. Certainly don't click on them. I don't even remember what the ads are. I'm just looking and waiting for that click by them. That's all I ever do. And so many people use ad block. They really aren't effective. They have never been effective. Part of the reason, though, is Google's own fault. They rely on those bots and all their algorithms to place ads, and I tell you that really, it's just a wildly random thing. That whole, it just doesn't work. It was kind of doomed from the start. And I think what happened really, they're saying about advertisers didn't want to be associated with certain things. Well, in the same way, a lot of people putting up videos really don't want to be associated with a lot of the advertisers. But like I said, nobody really cares. I know people who are very much anti-Hillary that ended up with Hillary ads running on their videos. Well, what the hell? Don't really care. It has no effect one way or the other. I think really the whole thing on the advertisers' part is kind of a ploy to try to get Google, get a better deal with Google, and they'll probably come back advertising. But like I say, I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. I would do it regardless. It's such a small amount. I always, like the people who are really crying are the ones who were, counting on this this was their way of making a living. Well, that was always to me a shaky proposition. You know, when people used to talk about becoming YouTube partners, I always thought, oh God, you know, an outfit that's that, you know, not somebody I would get in business with. You know, I certainly wouldn't count on it for my living. You know, that just sounded like a foolish idea to me. But that's up to people, you know. But boy, you know, if you base your whole income on that, you know, I can see where you're crying now, but it's nobody's fault but your own if that's what you've done. Because, like I say, it was the whole idea was shaky from the beginning. And then with Google constantly screwing around with it, you know, it is a shame that they took something that worked as well as the old YouTube used to work and just run it into the ground. And I had an email from them the other day. What they were promoting? They were going to do live streaming of network television for like $35 a month. I could get all the network channels. Well, you know, most people on YouTube aren't watching network channels in the first place. So I'm certainly not going to pay $35 for something that if I wanted, I could get over the air. You know, just silly. But that's what they're pushing now. They're doing, they try all these different schemes. I've never seen a company that thrashes around so much trying to, you know, they have really no business plan. They just keep thrashing around trying to come up with something that works. Well, like I say, it doesn't matter to me. The monetization means very little. You know, it's nice to get that little bit, but it makes no difference in my life whatsoever. I'm certainly not going to quit making videos because I can't monetize. You know, and I think it's going to hit probably the gun channels hardest, but it really looks like it's a pretty broad swipe they're taking at a lot of people. You know, but it's a strange organization, and they've got a strange theory of running it. You know, I always used to hear, like when they came out with the Google Plus, when they were pushing that nonsense, people saying, oh yeah, Google must know what they're doing. No, Google really doesn't know what they're doing. Like I say, they are just thrashing around hoping something works. And now they've really got themselves in a mess. But, you know, like I say, I don't care. Even if they should go away altogether, you know, being without YouTube, no big thing. I don't like when they change their policy now, like that if you don't have so many views, you know, for the new channels coming up, that you can't monetize. So, like I say, really, if you're getting into it just for the money, you're making a mistake anyway. But I would like to encourage the small channels. Like I say, that's what I watch is really the small channels. And I don't like to see them get discouraged. Because like I say, if they're not monetized, Google's got no incentive to show these videos, you know, of the small channels. So it's going to be a tough go. You know, back when I started, it was very easy to start a channel, and it could just grow, you know. Now I think it'd be really hard for somebody to start a channel, which is a shame because, you know, part of the YouTube thing was I want anybody to be able to make a video. You know, that's what I want to see is just anybody who feels that they have something to say or wants to get something off their chest, let them say it. Like when they say about, people talking radical stuff and crazy politics and stuff. Well, let people sort that out. If it's crazy politics, all right. You know, you don't have to control what people watch. I think that's up to people to make them decisions for themselves. You know, what's it going to be? A whole bunch of, you know, it'll be out of all these transgender people doing makeup videos, tutorials. That's what it'll end up being. You know, and you try making money off that. You know, it's nice because there is a wide scope of stuff on YouTube. But if you start narrowing that down, you know, like I say, I'm not going to change anything that I say. I guess it doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me. But I can see it's freaking people out. But I do feel bad about that. The small channels can't get going because, like I say, that's where you see the real original stuff. You don't see it off these big channels because they know they got to toe the line. They're going to do what they need to be told, what they're told to do. But that's going to lose any entertainment value to me. Or a lot of the bigger ones they have to go to sponsors. Really these advertisers, if they were smart, they would go directly to the creators themselves rather than going through Google with all their bots, because I tell you, that whole bot thing is, that's I purposely, I don't put like tags on my videos. I don't do a lot of stuff that you're supposed to do. And I suppose, like the last one there, I didn't allow comments on it. Only because I didn't feel it was necessary. There's nothing really there to comment about. And it just ties up my email. I'm busy doing other stuff. I don't need to be listening to that email go all the time. And plus now Google and all the screwing around has got it so I get triple notifications on everything. Well, so if I'm getting 24 comments, that's a heck of a lot of emails I'm getting that I don't need to get. But at the same time, I can't just, I could have them so they didn't notify me at all. But I tell you, I can't, there's a lot of people I can't trust. You can't just let them say anything they want. You got to be able to keep after them, keep your eye on them. So, yeah, it's a mess. But that's why, for me, like I say, I'm not going to quit doing videos. I'm going to keep doing videos, monetized or not. But I will probably do more of them where I don't allow comments, and I'm going through and disabling all that like and dislike nonsense because I can do it a little easier now. I downloaded the YouTube Creator app onto my phone, which gives me a lot more control. It's still buggy as all get out, but it does give me a lot more control over a lot of things. So if you have the opportunity, that app is worth having because you can juggle a lot of stuff, including the thumbnail pictures. A lot of times I can take a picture and use that. I can take it with my phone and stick it on the video, very easily. Well, like this. Okay, I will do it right now. And I like being able to do that, to be able to control the thumbnail. Okay, so I will take a picture of this end of this popple. And I'll just use that for a thumbnail. Very easy to do, but that's through that Creator app. But like I said, it's buggy. A lot of times, and sometimes there's no comments on the video, and I go there, there's like 20 comments on the video. So, it can't be trusted, but it does give you some control over stuff. Well, I gotta go back to work. Find out where you get my tractor down here before it rains, because then I won't get her out of here.